What's good, Relocation Football League fans? It's your boy Smitty, RFL Commissioner and play-by-play commentator here with the final week of the RFL. I forgot to post up that the Snowhawks and the Explorers clinched the playoff spot, and there's still 4 spots left. And it's crazy because the San Antonio Marshals are so far currently in the playoffs. This game will keep them in it. So this is win or go home for the Marshals. Huge game as they come into this contest with a 10-5 record. And if they can get the win against the hot Memphis Steamers, then they are going to be in the RFL playoffs. And it's going to be a great time for them. Meanwhile, for the Steamers, as I was talking about, a hot team. They come in the contest after knocking off 2 division rivals and big upset wins. I mean, those games were huge. Knocked off the Crusaders and they knocked off the Gunners and spoiled the Gunners' hopes of going into the playoffs. Still, the Steamers don't have an opportunity, though, to be able to compete in the RFL playoffs, but they've knocked some teams off already, and let's see if they can do the same to the Marshals. So without further ado, let's get it. As we're here in San Antonio, we got the Memphis Steamers taking on the Marshals. So here we go, the Marshals starting out the game, kicking it off to the Memphis Steamers. This one's going to be fielded at the 2-yard line. Nice spin move, and he's able to take it out close to the 25 to the 24. And so coming out onto the field, starting quarterback for the Memphis Steamers. This guy has been hot the past couple of weeks. Peyton Vandervelde, 15 touchdowns, 12 interceptions on the season. But he's also thrown for over 3,000 yards, and like I said, his last 2 games have been phenomenal. What's good, Dark? Appreciate you coming through the live stream. So first down and 10 here on the opening drive for the Steamers. Shotgun for Peyton Vandervelde. He's going to look to pass, 4-man rush, throws, and he's got his tight end, Eric Reese. Looks like he's close to a first down, but they're going to say he's inches short. Nice gain right there on first down. So now it's second down and inches as they'll come out in the I formation. Going to go with some play action here. Pressure's coming. Throws wide open once again is Eric Reese. And that's going to be a first down for the Steamers as he takes it across midfield. And that was a great job right there. Eric Reese getting open the first 2 plays. And Peyton Vandervelde so far putting these passes on the money as he strikes 2 times back-to-back with Eric Reese for the first. Like I said, a big game here for the San Antonio Marshals. They lose this game, their playoff hopes are over. Gonna run the ball here with Austin Clem, and he gets stood up by the defensive end. Now, I think that was Rashad Scipio. Looked like it may have been. Yeah, it was Rashad Scipio. Nice tackle. He brings him down for a loss of a yard. He said, what's the record of the Marshals? The Marshals have a record of 10-5, and they are currently holding the wild card spot in the RFL playoffs. If they lose, though, they won't be able to play in the playoffs. They'll actually get dropped out. So this is a huge game. And look at this, Vandervelde picking up where he left off for the past couple of weeks. Another strike as he goes across the middle to his receiver Adebali for another Memphis first down. What's good, Jay? Appreciate you coming through the live stream. The aerial attack has not been able to get slowed down at all on behalf of the Steamers from opposing defenses. And they've got to hurry up and find a way to stop them from making these big plays like they're making now. And that's a great job of doing it right there, as they were able to get some pressure into Peyton Vandervelde and force him to throw an incomplete pass. What's good, dog man? Appreciate you coming through the live stream. You too, Awesome Crocodile. And here's a look at the Memphis Steamers offense. Like I said, they've been explosive the past couple of weeks. Quarterback Peyton Vandervelde has been on fire, and another key player on offense. Watch out for that running back, Clem Austin, number 44. So an incomplete pass now brings up second down and 10, offset formation. As they'll run the ball with Clem. And on his first carry, not really going to get much. Looks like he's only going to pick up a yard. And now that'll bring up third down. And here's a look at the opposing defense that the Memphis Steamers are going to be facing off against. We already know that the Marshals got themselves a great defense now with their free agent pickup middle linebacker Levy Mack, who's been making an immediate impact ever since getting picked up in the middle of the season. In this game, like I said, a big one. They've got to be able to make something happen here. 3rd down and 9 for the Steamers. They're going to look to try to pass for the first. Great job by the offensive line so far. Throws and intercepted by the Marshals. Jarrett Whiteside with the pick. And the drive right there is going to end for Memphis. Huge interception by Jarrett Whiteside. The defense trots off the field, and now the offense on the field. Shotgun here for Ryan Brinker. They're going to go with some play action first play, and look at that gun. He threw that one kind of weird. That's German on the reception, and he gets past the first down. Oh, I've been good, man. I've been all good. Well, this is a huge game for the Marshals. They know how big this game is. Like I've said probably about 3 times already, it's either lose or go home. A postseason or not, they must knock off the hot Steamers. Doing a great job so far. They got the interception. The offense picking up a first down on their first play. Here we go, 1st down and 10 at the 36. Going to run the ball with Devin Flynn. And Devin Flynn's going to get bottled up as he'll be brought down behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of a yard. It's a good job right there by the Steamers defense. Devin Flynn was injured about a couple of weeks ago. Came back a little early from injury, so expect him not to be in tip-top shape. Stamina's got to be a little bit low, so he most likely is going to be able to get rotated in for the majority of the game. 2nd down and 11 here for Ryan Brinker. Shotgun. Got 3 receivers. They're going to go with some play action once again. Ryan Brinker going to take a shot deep. And this one goes incomplete. They were well on top of that pass. Had 2 Steamers defense on top of the intended receiver. And luckily he didn't put that in any range near the receiver, because that could have gotten intercepted. And so here they go, facing a 3rd down and 11. Brinker's going to look, throws, loft one up, and misses another deep pass. This time the guy was open. And that was German, who was the intended receiver. He had a step on him, but Ryan Brinker just could not get the pass on the money. So 2 incomplete passes right there by Ryan Brinker. And that is going to end this drive for the Marshals. They're going to have to punt it away. So Steamers getting lucky there. The special teams looking to try to get this block. And the Marshals looking to try to boot this one as far as they can downfield. This one goes high, bounces inside the 10, but it'll also make its way in the end zone for a touchback. So the offense going to come out at the 20. What's good, Arcade Adventures Productions? Appreciate you coming through the live stream. And so coming out to the field once again are the Steamers. They were looking a little bit hot when they came out, passing down the field, picking up first downs. Then they got intercepted. Luckily, the offense, of the Marshals didn't take advantage, and here they are now with a 1st down and 10 at the 20. Peyton Vanderveld's going to look to throw. Pressure's coming. He's chased down, and he's sacked. And an injury timeout. And, oh, man, this could be a huge injury as Peyton Vanderveld, is slow to get up. And without their starting quarterback, man, they're going to be in some trouble, as their backup's going to have to step up for him. He's on the sideline with his helmet off, with no telling on if he's going to come back or not. Well, he actually had his helmet on. But here we go, 2nd down and 17, and stepping in for Peyton Vanderveld is Cade Tosher. Tosher's going to look, throws, just checks it down to Clem Austin. And a great job right there as he runs him out of bounds for a gain of about 4. So now they'll be faced with a 3rd and 13. Yeah, hopefully Peyton Vanderveld does make his way back, because Cade Toshner, he started a couple times when Peyton Vanderveld has been injured throughout the season. And when he started, the team hasn't had nearly as much success as they had when Vanderveld was in. So this is a big game here for Tosher. He's going to have to step up. It goes a draw play. Nice juke move by Clem Austin, but that is going to be nothing really much for them to get. Nowhere near the 1st down, as they'll just get back where they started. Now it's 4th down and 10, and the Steamers are going to have to punt it. It's never good to have an injury, but for the Marshals, I know they're kind of taking a little bit of a deep breath and exhaling like everything's going to be pretty good. Look at that hit. Like everything's going to be pretty good, though, because without Peyton Vanderbilt, this offense of the Steamers may not function the same. When coming back out onto the field, Ryan Brinker, starting quarterback for the Marshals. This rookie's had a productive season, been out injured for a good amount of the season, but he's been very productive for this offense. 10 touchdowns, 5 interceptions on the season. Over 2,000 yards passing. We're going to run the ball with Devin Flynn, and he'll make his way down close to the 40 for a gain of about 3. And here's a look at the offense of the Marshals. Ryan Brinker, we already talked about him being a star player. Devin Flynn back from injury. Watch out for these outside receivers too, because Kendrick German and Taylor Bromell are definitely some explosive receivers on that outside. What's good, Preston? Happy Sunday to you too, my guy. 2nd down and 7 here, offset as they'll motion, and here goes Devin Flynn in the open field, and he's going to pick up a Marshals first down. So a big first down right there for the Marshals as they get it down to the 47. They'll line up once again in the offset formation and run the ball again with Devin Flynn. And he'll get it to midfield for a gain of 3. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. Yeah, Ryan Brinker definitely looks like he's going to have a promising future in the RFL. And here's a look at the defense of the Steamers. They've been pretty solid these past couple of weeks. More importantly, their offense. But now they're going to have to step up, since their offense may not be able to have the productivity without Peyton Vanderbilt starting. 2nd down and 7 after the 3-yard gain by Devin Flynn. Under center is Ryan Brinker. He's going to drop back looking to pass. Blitz coming, and he throws an interception. That one goes straight to Damian Doss, and the Steamers are going to get the ball back. Damian Doss, 3 interceptions on the season. And I don't know where he was going with that. I guess it was a miscommunication between him and his receivers. But he just throws that straight to Damian Doss. And that's going to give the Steamers back the ball on offense. Can't have any mistakes like this happen. But back out onto the field comes Cade Tosher and the offense of the Steamers. Like I said, he's going to have to step up here if they want to pull off their 3rd upset win in a row. Definitely was a bad read there by Brinker. Here we go, 1st down and 10. They're going to run the ball with Austin Clem, trying to make his way through the defense, but he doesn't get much there as he's wrapped up and brought down for a gain of just 2. That was a nice tackle made there by B.J. Eccles. B.J. Eccles been a solid defensive tackle for the Marshals as he comes up with a nice little short tackle for a gain of 2. And right here, they're going to back up. False start by the offensive line. So Hill's going to be called for the early movement. It's going to back them up 5. Now they're going to be at the 41-yard line, 2nd down and 13. What's good, Discarded Chicken Strip? Appreciate you coming through the live stream. 2nd down and 13. Here goes a draw. Austin Clem, juke move, and he has nothing but open space. 20, 10, 5, touchdown Steamers. And they get it done. And with that run, Clem Austin has reached over 1,000 yards rushing on the season for the Steamers. Look at the juke move. He just caught that safety and then put on the burners to take it to the house for 6 to put up the game's first points. And the Steamers, despite not having Peyton Vanderbilt, able to get it done on the ground there with Clem Austin. He's been hot also for the past couple of weeks. And with that extra point being good, the score now, Steamers on top of the Marshals, 7-0. So the Steamers offense take advantage of the interception. And now the Marshals down here in this game by a touchdown. Let's see how they respond after their last offensive possession ended in an interception. An 18-yard return there. He only gets it to the 22. And back out onto the field comes Ryan Brinker. Threw an interception their last possession. Down now by a touchdown as the Steamers, as I said, have taken advantage. So the pressure now on the offense to be able to respond back. 2 tight ends, 2 receivers. Ryan Brinker under center, here for the Marshals. Going to motion Taylor Bromell. Brinker's going to look to throw. He's got Bromell, and he's got a first down for the Steamers. And there's another injury on the field. This time it's going to be the tight end. It's actually Funches who made the catch. And on his first reception, he's slow to get up. And so with that, we're going to have to take an injury timeout, and already seeing a good amount of injuries coming out of this one. And that's never a good sign when he's up there with the trainer. And hopefully he'll be all right. But first down and 10 here for the Marshals. And for the tight end now comes Steven Russell. Excuse me, I think I said the wrong name, but here we go. First down and 10. Pressure's coming, and Brinker throws the ball away. That should have probably been roughing the passer. He threw him well after he threw the ball. But Stephen Harrell actually is in for the injured Funches at the tight end position. Second down and 10. Here goes a handoff. Devin Flynn getting the outside. And he's fighting. And they're going to blow it down at the 45-yard line for a gain of 5 for the Marshals. What's good, Carl? Appreciate you coming through the live stream. You too, Chaz. It's all cool, man. Here we go. A throw over the middle, and the Marshals going to pick up the first down as Ryan Brinker is going to be able to connect with his tight end there for the first. That's Harrell stepping in for Funches. Brinker is going to look to pass. There's a flag on the field. This one's going to be coming back. Throws on the move, and a Creo thought he was going to be able to come down with it. Incomplete. But yep, that's going to come down as in holding penalty. John Gomez, doing too much and now going to back the offense up 10 yards. So now they're going to face 1st and 20 back at their own 45. What's good, Luis? Appreciate you coming through the live stream. Ryan Brinker in the pocket looking, throws. He's got his receiver, and he doesn't do anything. He actually loses a yard on the play. And now bring up now 2nd down and 21 as Frederick just lost a yard right there. He came back too far, tried to do too much, it looked like. Damian Doss wraps him up for a loss on the play. Yep, it's week 17 right now, Carl. Carl. So after this week, I'm going to finish the Week 17 live streams on Friday, but look at that, a sack by Meggett. And now they're facing 3rd down and 28, not looking like a good drive here for the Marshals. They need 28 yards in order to get this first down. So let's see if they can get it 3rd down and 28. He's in the pocket, pressure is coming, and he's just got to throw it away. Gets a completion, short gain, and that's going to bring up 4th down. They're going to have to punt it. And that's just a great job by the Steamers defense. Just getting big play after big play, making a sack. And the offense kind of helped them out there with that holding penalty. And now here they are going to have to punt it away. Snap is off, and so is the punt. This one high into the air, bounces inside the 5, and will roll in the end zone for a touchback. Yeah, Ryan Brinker definitely has taken some huge shots here in this one. And back onto the field comes the Steamers offense. Last drive ended in a long touchdown run by this guy right here, number 44, Clem Austin. And here they go back out onto the field at their own 20. Shotgun here for Tosher. They're going to go with a draw play. And Clem Austin once again with a nice run as he gets it down to the 29-yard line. So far, 6 carries for 76 yards for Clem Austin. So a 9-yard gain for Clem Austin. It's 2nd down and 1. Shotgun here for Tosher. They're going to let him throw here. Play action. Steps up in the pocket. Throws. Almost throws an interception. That one gets batted down by Levy Mack. And with that incomplete pass, it's going to bring up 3rd down and 1. Coach not happy with that decision. Luckily, it wasn't picked off. So 3rd down and 1, they're going to try to go for it with a throw. 5 wide empty set. Throws the ball. It's kind of off target, but a nice catch as he turns around to haul in the pass. That's his tight end, Eric Reese. And that's going to be a 1st down and 10 now for the Steamers, as they'll have it out past the 40 at the 41. Yeah, definitely might need to go with some offensive linemen in the draft or the free agency, like you said, Carl, for the Marshals. They've had trouble blocking for Brinker pretty much all season. Tosher going to look, throws. He takes a hard shot. This one sails out of bounds, incomplete. And that's what the Marshals got to do. They got to get constant pressure. They've got some help since the starting quarterback Vanderbilt is out. They have themselves a little bit of an advantage. They got to make sure that they still are able to slow down this offense. It's a handoff to Clem Austin. Here he is running as he gets it out across the 45, close to midfield at the 49. And look at Austin's numbers, 7 carries for 82 yards. Heating up here in this first quarter. So the Marshals defense is struggling to make, yeah, they definitely are looking like they're struggling to make some big plays defensively. And hopefully they can make something happen. Here goes a throw off the mark as Tosher sails it just too high. And with that throw, that'll bring up 4th down. And the Steamers now going to have to punt it. Like I said, the production here of the offense with this backup quarterback now starting, it's going to be different. So the Memphis Steamers are going to have to try to find ways to get Tosher to be able to perform at his best, possibly making less difficult play calls, to possibly allow him to pick up some good completions down the field, get him, hyped up as far as completing things short instead of deep, and then opening up the playbook later. But so far they're on top, so they got to feel good about that. But if their offense can't perform and the Marshals get their offense going, it's going to be a rough day for them. They could possibly lose this one. But the Marshals back out onto the field as they'll have the ball at the 13-yard line. What's good, Luke Rainey? Appreciate you coming through the live stream. Here goes a pitch out to Devin Flynn. He tries to hit a juke, and he gets leveled. Absolutely destroyed. He picks up a yard, though. But J.T. Casey, the safety for the Steamers, coming down with a full head of steam and blowing them up for a short gain. Good thing he didn't fumble it. It's 2nd down and 9 here for the Marshals. Shotgun for Ryan Brinker. Going to run the ball here with Devin Flynn as he gets it out to about the 17 for a gain of maybe 3. And now this Marshals offense is going to be facing a 3rd down situation. So a big 3rd down here for the Marshals. Still down by a touchdown. They want to be able to pick this one up. Shotgun here for Brinker. Bunch to the left side. He's going to look to throw. He's got a receiver open. And he's got a 1st down. Nice spin move and another big hit. But he's able to hang on, and he's able to move the chains for San Antonio as they'll have 1st down and 10 at the 24. And Ryan Brinker had a little bit of pressure just coming in at the last minute. Able to get the ball off. Completed to his receiver Peak for a nice 1st down on the drag route. Now the Marshals here with a new set of downs at the 24-yard line. Let's see if they can cap off this drive with possibly 6 to try to tie this game up. It's a handoff, and Devin Flynn straight up the gut. Not really going to get much as he gets it out past the 25 for a gain of 2. And that's going to bring up 2nd down and 8 for the Marshals. So just a 2-yard gain on the play. And that's going to also end the first quarter. And this is a huge game, as we've said in the beginning, for the Marshals. It's either win or they are out of the playoffs. And they are down so far after the end of that first quarter. The Marshals, there's no points as the Steamers on top 7-0. So they ended up getting a donut there in the first quarter. Here they are at the start of the second with the ball at their 26-yard line. Offset I formation they'll come out in as they are down by a touchdown. They're going to motion swoop to the right side, going with some play action. Here goes Brinker looking, trying to throw, get it out there to his tight end Harrell. But great coverage right there by the safety J.T. Casey. as he's able to get his hands in the throwing area and force an incomplete pass. So with that incomplete pass, it sets up 3rd down and 8 for the Marshals. Can they pick it up? Once again, going some play action. He's getting chased down, throws the ball on the move, and intercepted by the Steamers. And so that drive goes down, and that's Damian Doss with his 2nd interception of the game, both here in the first half. Yep, the RFL draft will be in February. He looked like he tried to throw that one, but that was just poorly underthrown. And once again, the offensive line just not doing a good job, as Ryan Brinker, right after he set up his play action fake, was getting hawked down by the defensive end, and he had to throw it away and ends up going in as an interception. So 2 interceptions for Ryan Brinker, and now here goes the Steamers, still up by the touchdown, and they have the ball here in the Marshals territory at the 48. Tosher's going to look, throws, quick completion out to his tight end, as he'll get it to the 43 for a gain of about 5. That was Scott Bergen on the reception. Now it's 2nd down and 5 here for the Steamers. 2 backs in the backfield with Tosher. He's going to look to throw, steps up in the pocket, releases, and he's got Tamani Leftwich for a 1st down. And they look like they may take advantage of the 2nd interception. Last time Damian Doss, had an interception, they were able to take advantage and score. And look at this, a forced fumble. Picked up by the quarterback Tosher, though, and here he goes. He's going to pick up the 1st down. Unbelievable play right there. It should have been a turnover for the Marshals, but nobody could get there in time. The quarterback able to scoop up the fumble. And look at this, there's been a lot of big hits in this game. Austin Clem getting blasted right there by the linebacker Rodenhauser. And somehow Tosher scoops up the fumble and takes it up for a 1st down. What's good, Cito Torres? Appreciate you coming through the live stream. So here we go, 1st down and 10 at the 11-yard line. It's a handoff. Austin Clem fumbled the last drive, breaking some tackles. And he's going to be marked down at about the 10, as he only is able to scoop up about a yard. Said Mike Vick, is that him? 2nd down and 9. They're going to run the ball with Clem Austin. Here he goes up the middle. Looks like he's going to be short of the 1st down, just a yard. Now a big 3rd down here for the Marshals defense. They need this stop. If they get another touchdown, they're going to be down a quick, possibly 14-0, and the defense stands. They're able to wrap up Clem Austin on another run as they bring him down at the 5 for a loss on the play of 2. And the Steamers going to have to settle for a field goal. Coach clapping his hands, I guess feeling like, hey, we got this as long as we are able to get some points. And so this field goal going to put the score up to 10-0, and it's good. So a big-time play once again by the defense of the Steamers, resulting in points for the offense as they score, not with a touchdown, but a field goal to stretch their lead 10-0 over the Marshals. So now the Marshals going to be able to get the ball back here. This one's going to be fielded at the 2-yard line, and he'll get it out to the 25. So a pretty good return there. The offense, once again, of the Marshals going to come right back out onto the field. Last time they were out on the field, an interception once again thrown by Ryan Brinker. Here he is talking with his receiver, Kendrick German. And they've got to make something happen here on this possession. First down and 10 here at the 25, I formation. They'll go with play action. He's rolling around, throws on the move again. Wide open is Taylor Bromell as he's able to pick up a first down for the Marshals. That's got to be possibly the biggest play that they've had all day. As the play action, they've been running that a lot, but they haven't really quite established a running game yet, so they don't want to be too play happy as far as calling play action plays. Might want to give the ground game a little bit more of an opportunity to try to set it up. So with that run, is first down and 10 at the 43. Oh, excuse me, that pass is first down and 10 at the 43-yard line. Going to pitch it out as they run with Devin Flynn. He's got a guy to beat, but he's just going to be tackled by J.T. Casey at the 32. But that is a first down for the Marshals. And a huge first down. That's what they needed. Like I said, they need to get this ground game going. The ground game has had success, but they haven't given it too many opportunities and too many attempts. And right there, they go with a run, a pitch play, the very next play, and Devin Flynn breaking it off for a big gain and a first down. So it's first down and 10 here at the 32-yard line for the Marshals. Under center is Ryan Brinker. They got the corners pressed up. Two safeties deep. Stephen Howe, the tight end, was in motion, and here goes play action once again. Ryan Brinker's going to be chased down and sacked, as that's Jeff Coat for the Steamers coming up with a 10-yard loss in the team's second sack of the day. That's going to also push them out of field goal range, as they'll bring up now second down and 20 for the Marshals. The offensive line, just like you said earlier, Carl, struggling to protect for Ryan Brinker. And Jeff Coat right there coming up with a huge sack. You said the Condors in the playoffs. Yeah, so far the Condors are in the RFL playoffs, but they've got to win out. That's going to be another big game as they face the Crusaders. I don't know if I'm going to live stream that game today, though. It might be on Friday. But they go on the ground once again with Devin Flynn. He picks up about 7, so a good decent gain there, but it's still going to bring up a long situation here for the Marshals, as it'll be 3rd and 13 at the 36. So in order to move the chains, they got to get it out past the 22-yard line. Shotgun here for Ryan Brinker. He's going to look to throw. No play action this time. Throws it, and he throws it just too high. It's a reception made, but it's only going to pick up about a yard, if anything. And so there's going to bring up 4th down, and now they have to settle for a long field goal. This one's going to be a 52-yarder. And he puts it on a line drive, and he just has enough leg to make it. And the Steamers going to be able to get on the board. So they finally are able to put up some points in a brand new score, 10-3. Good leg right there by the kicker, showing off the leg power as he's able to hit a 50-plus yard field goal to get the Marshals on the board. And now the Steamers going to come back out onto the field as this return's going to get out past the 25. He's still on his feet, and he'll be brought down at the 29. So really good return right there, as Higgins picks up about 22 yards on that return, and back out onto the field comes the offense of the Steamers. Last time they got helped out by the defense, had an interception, took advantage of that, and put some more points up on the board, with a field goal. And now here they go, as they'll have to get it done on their own. The first down and 10 at the 29, intercepted by the Marshals. And it's going to go the other way for 6 to give them a chance to tie this game up. That's Flynn with the pick 6, and an extra point will tie this game up at 10. Tosher just putting way too much air on that pass. And look at this, just cutting him off, taking the distance. And man, you can't put that much air on that pass. And this is why I said the production of the offense is going to be different. You got a new quarterback now. He's not as great. He's got a 57 overall at the quarterback position, to let you guys know. So it's a huge dip-off from Peyton Vanderbilt. A pick 6 gets thrown, and just like that, the extra point is good, and the Marshals are right back into this one with the score now being tied up at 10 apiece. I didn't even see that. I didn't know that was his 20th career interception, so Flynn's definitely been a great corner as a pro. So just like that, the Marshals are right back into this game. And Tosher could cost the Steamers here this ball game. We're going to let him throw again, though. Looks like they're trying to set up the receiver screen. It's not there. And he throws it away. Looked like it was there. It looked like it was open, but didn't like the way it was looking, I guess. Throws the ball away. Incomplete. Second down and 10 here. They're going to try to run in the air. is Clem Austin trying to hop over a defender, and he gets taken down for a gain of 2. So it's 3rd down and 8. Tosher's going to have to get it done here with his arm. Pressure's coming. He's got to throw it away, and that's going to bring up 4th down. Great defense by the Marshals. Defense is starting to wake up. Had a little bit of trouble in that first quarter. Second quarter, they've been a lot better. They come up with a stop right there. And now the Steamers going to have to once again punt it away. This one high into the air. He's going to return it. No fair catch signal. And he'll get it to the 20-yard line. Yeah, they are definitely hyped up now, Dark. San Antonio Marshall is going to come back out onto the field after their defense was able to score the first touchdown for them. And now the offense looking to try to do the same. As this game's tied up at 10 apiece. And now here they are, 1st down and 10 at the 20. I formation. They'll run the ball with Devin Flynn. And he'll get a nice, decent gain of about 3, maybe 4 on the carry. So do I think the Condors will win? I'm not sure about that. I really don't know how the RFL playoffs are going to go. But if you're talking about them versus the Crusaders game, I still don't even know that. That's going to be a huge game. Got to watch that one. Here goes Devin Flynn running again as he picks up a 1st down for the Marshals. Gets it out to about the 30-yard line, a little bit past that. And now they will move the chains. What's good, James? Appreciate you coming through the live stream. Big game here for the Marshals. Game all tied up at 10. If the Marshals win this, they are going to clinch a spot in the RFL playoffs. There goes another run with Devin Flynn. And they haven't been shy giving him the ball in his first game back after injury. As he picks up 9 yards. He's got 74 carries so far. 74 yards on 13 carries. No, Flynn's not the same person. They just got 2 guys on the team named Flynn. 2nd down and 1 here for the Marshals as a shotgun for Ryan Brinker. They're going to go with some play action. Pressure coming, and he's down once again for a sack. They send a corner blitz, and that's Overton coming up with the sack. I believe that's a safety blitz they sent, though. As that is going to back them up and bring up 3rd down and 8. And I don't know what happened there. Devin Flynn just did not pick up the blitz coming off that right side. And the Steamers come up big with a sack. What's good, IMVU Gaming? Appreciate you coming through the live stream. 3rd down and 8 here for the Marshals. Can they get the first? Pressure's coming. Throws over the middle, and it's a 1st down for the Marshals. Ryan Brinker able to hit his tight end there for a huge 1st down. That's actually his receiver, Gordon Peak, who makes that grab. And they are going to once again move the chains. And that was a picture-perfect, accurate ball. Gordon Peak there on a nice post route, and he hits him right out of his break in stride for a nice 1st down for the Marshals. Yeah, corner blitzes off and head-to-head definitely works sometimes, especially when you send the closest corner. Here goes a play-action rollout, and it's a reception to German, but there's a flag, however, on the field. And it's going to be holding on the offense. So, I do not know how to say that guy's last name. I'm not even going to try. But the offensive lineman right there gets too grabby on that play, and it's going to bring up 1st down and 20 for the Marshals. Here goes Ryan Brinker looking to try to pass. Gets it out to Devin Flynn. He's fighting as he gets it out to about midfield for a gain of 10 as they'll get them right back where they started. So they pick up the yards they lost, and it's 2nd down and 10 now. He said, do I like the Marshals? I like all the RFL teams. And as far as the Marshals, I mean, this is a big game. And to be honest, in my opinion, what I'd like to see here, I would like to see the Marshals actually get this win. I mean, the Steamers, hot team the past couple of weeks, knocking off 2 big teams and actually ending the Gunners' playoffs hopes. And, I mean, I feel this is going to be a huge game for the Marshals here because if they lose this game, it's a lot on the line. Their postseason is over, and they're just going to have it, just call it a good season, and that's it. But, of course, I want to see this team play in the playoffs as their first year in existence in the RFL. And right there, Trey Winters getting bottled up by the defense, breaking the first initial contact, but he's still going to be taken down for a loss on the play. And so now the offense of the Marshals is going to come back out onto the field with another long third down situation. It's 3rd down and 12 at their own 48. Ryan Brinker yet again looking to pass. Pressure is coming. He throws, fumbles it, and it's going to be recovered by the Steamers as they'll have excellent field position at the 36. And that's Brinker's 5th fumble on the season, and that could cost him. Every time that they have turned the ball over, the Steamers have been able to take advantage and get some points. And Brinker's got to throw that ball away a little bit earlier than that. Looked like he was going to throw the ball away, but he just held on to it a little bit too long, and as he was trying to do so, he fumbles it, and the Steamers get on the ball. Now here they go, 1st down and 10 at the 36. What's good, JP? Appreciate you coming through the live stream. Handoff right here, Clem Austin. A huge run right there as he almost picks up the 1st down. It's going to be just inches short. 2nd down and inches for the Steamers. You said this is the playoffs, right? No, this ain't the playoffs right now. James, definitely not the playoffs yet. After this week, it's week 17 of the RFL. This is the last week, and once this is over, it's going to be Madden 18 gameplay on to finish out the rest of the season on the playoffs. But 2nd down and inches. They try to run the ball again with Clem Austin, and this defense able to stand them up for a loss actually on the play of a yard, and now it's 3rd down and 1 for the Steamers. That was a great job by the defense of the Marshals getting through and filling up the gaps. There was nowhere for Austin to run. They may run it here again, so this defense has got to be ready. They're going to run it with the fullback, and he does enough to get the 1st down, breaking a contact tackle as he'll get it inside the 25, and it'll be down at the 23. And with that run, we have reached the 2-minute warning. Still a tie ball game here, but it looks like the Steamers, as long as they don't turn this ball over, will be able to get some points on the board to retake their lead. So shotgun here for Tosher. Going to look to try to pass here. 4-man rush. Throws the ball, and it's a catch on the sideline by Clem Austin. Not really going to get him much. It gets them the yards back that they lost. And it's 2nd down and 10 now. He said who can make the playoffs. So far, the Marshals are in the playoffs, but if they lose this game, they're going to be out, and there's going to be no postseason for them. So this is a huge game for them. And look at that, Tosher. He's missed a lot of big passes that should have been made here in this game. And right there, a wide open pass that should have been made for a 1st down. And now they face 3rd down and 10 here. Definitely a huge difference between Peyton Vanderbilt starting and him. It's 3rd down and 10. He's going to look, throws, he's got a completion, and a touchdown as he finds Adebali. And that's his 1st receiving touchdown of the game. And with that, that's going to give the Marshals, the Steamers the lead. That was a nice release right there by Adebali. Great protection by the offensive line of the Steamers. And Adebali able to get the lead right back for the Steamers as he waltzed in the end zone untouched. So the extra point is good, and the Steamers reclaim their lead with a brand new score, 17-10. They've taken advantage of every turnover that the Marshals have had. And I have to say, the Marshals has got to be a lot more better at protecting the football. Had they not had those turnovers, look at the game. I mean, they would have no points on the board. First down and 10 here. Shotgun for Ryan Brinker. He's going to look to throw here. He's got 4-man rush coming. Throws across the middle, and he misses. As he had an open receiver, was a little bit of a tight window to throw through. He just leads them too far, and that's going to be an incomplete pass and bring up 2nd down. And that was probably the best protection that Ryan Brinker has had all game. Had time to sit there in the pocket, had his feet set and everything, but just couldn't connect and deliver a good enough ball for a first down. So an incomplete pass there. It's 2nd down and 10. Shotgun once again for Branker as they'll look to throw for a second time. Pressure's coming. Rolling out, and he will be sacked again. And a timeout's going to be called by the Steamers, as that's going to bring up 3rd down and 21, and they'll have to punt it. He said the Bills have only done run plays so far. Oh, that's crazy. I mean, I would, if as bad as you guys are saying the weather is in the snow, I wouldn't throw the ball that much either. It's hard to catch a ball in the snow, man. The 3rd down and 21 here for the Marshals. They're just going to run it, play it smart. Devin Flynn not going to get much on that carry. Actually wasn't Flynn. Actually the backup running back, Jamarcus Brightful, getting his first carry of the day. And they're just going to force the Steamers to burn their 2nd timeout. So they're going to have 1 timeout with 1 minute and 28 seconds left. Still got to include the time that's going to get ran off after this punt. But they are going to have an opportunity to score again before this half is over. So this one high into the air. He's got a group of blockers out there in front of him. And he'll have a pretty decent return as he gets it out to the 45. 15-yard return by Higgins. And now the Marshals, they got to try to hurry up and make sure that this offense doesn't have any big plays to stretch their lead further than what it is right now. 1st down and 10. Tosher going to look to throw. Has it to his running back, Clem Austin, as he just gets it out past the 50-yard line, for a gain of 6. So now it's 2nd down and 4 for the Steamers. Tosher going to look to throw once again. Pressure coming, and he's sacked. Rashad Scipio off the edge, and the Steamers come up with a huge tackle for loss there with a sack. That's their 2nd sack of the game. And so now 3rd down and 12 here for Tosher. He's going to look to throw once again. Pressure's coming, and down he goes again. Timeout going to be called by the Marshals, as they'll most likely elect to try to score before the end of this half, but there's only 36 seconds left. I think they should just play it smart, go into the end zone, into the 2nd half, and call it a half, man, because don't want to risk anything. I guess if they want to try it, that's what they're going to do. They got 2 timeouts in 36 seconds, and some time's going to be ran off after this punt here. High punt in the air, and this one's going to bounce inside the 5, but it'll go for a touchback. So now the score, now 29 seconds left. 1st down and 10 here for the Marshals. They should just run out the clock like I said. Let's see what they'll do. And they're going to do just that. Here goes a run with Devin Flynn, and they're not going to call a timeout. So that's going to pretty much do it here in the 1st half. I doubt they'll run another play. Time's ticking, and okay, they get the last play off. And they'll run the ball with Winters, and that really gets nowhere but right back to the line of scrimmage. But that is going to be the end of the 1st half. The Marshals are trailing against the Steamers here, as the Steamers are up 17-10. And so heading into halftime, the Marshals have got to do a little bit of game planning, figure out how they're going to slow down this offense. Well, they've slowed it down. If Peyton Vanderbilt was still in this offense, man, it would have probably been a different story. But look at this. Steamers leading in all categories at the halftime stats, as you can see on the board there. But looking back at the highlights, it was bad at the start of this game for Ryan Branker, the quarterback for the Marshals. He threw a couple of interceptions, both to the same guy. And that's Damian Doss right there. Got the ball through right to him, and they took advantage of that with a long touchdown run by Clem Austin right here to put up the game's first points, 7-0. Then the Marshals was able to get back. They scored a field goal, and then they get in pick 6 right here to be able to tie this game back up as it gets to 10 apiece. And then the Marshals, every time they fumbled, Steamers took advantage of it. And right here, fumble recovered there by Jeffcoat. And the Steamers did just what they've been doing, and that's taking advantage of those turnovers that they've gotten as they get a touchdown pass here to Edabali to take the lead 17-10. And that's where we are now heading into the second half. Hopefully the Marshals at game plan a lot better. So we're going to see how they do here. What's good, Rich Kid Vlog? Appreciate you coming through the live stream. Here goes the Marshals on the return. Gets it out past the 20. And the offense going to come back out of the field with possession at the 23. And here's a look at the defense as they come right back out onto the field. They've done a fantastic job. A couple of turnovers, actually a total of 3. A fumble, 2 interceptions. And that's a huge reason on why they're leading here in this game. There goes a handoff. Devin Flynn as he gets it up the gut for a gain of about 5. It's 6 yards, it's 4 yards actually that he gains, and it's second down and 6. Under center here, and here goes Ryan Branker, throws, completes it, and that one's going to be a short gain on the play, maybe 2 yards. And looking at Ryan Branker, last week he was on fire, 16 for 18 for over 300 yards passing. This week he's had a little bit of trouble as he hasn't been able to connect with any of his receivers for any touchdowns, and he's thrown a couple of interceptions. And here goes a throw, and man, he had a guy open, but he just misses the pass there, and that's going to end their opening drive. So a 3-and-out here for the Steamers defense. And the Marshals going to have to hope their defense comes up big and get a stop to keep the score where it is. And here goes a return. Higgins gets it out to the 33-yard line, and the offense going to come back out for the first time here in the second half. You say, I like Condor, Chase McCoy. Yeah, Chase McCoy is definitely a beast. Shotgun here for Tosher. They're going to go with some play action, trying to set up the receiver screen. It's not there. Does the wise decision to throw it out of bounds. And so they lose it down there. It's second down. 5 wide empty set here for the Steamers. Here goes Toshers, looking, throws over the middle, and it's a first down and then some for Memphis as he gets it across midfield. And that looked like simple man-to-man coverage, and Watt just winning. Beats him inside on a slant. Nice completion. And they pick up a big chunk of yards for a first down as they'll have it here at the 48. Shotgun here once again for Tosher. He's going to look to throw. Pressure's coming, and he's nailed. But luckily, he's able to get the ball out of his hands before taking that sack. But he took a huge shot right there to bring up an incomplete pass. My favorite RFL team in the league is the Dreadnoughts. Second down and 10. Here's a completion out to Eric Reese. And he'll get it to the 45, and now they'll face third down. Eric Reese has been a huge contribution to this offense over the past couple of weeks. Last week, 13 catches for 89 yards. And this week so far, looking about the same. He's got 4 catches for over 40. So here you go. Third down and 7. They need a first down pickup here if they want to continue this drive. Just throws one up, and that one almost caught. But in the last second, as he was falling down, couldn't hang on to it. It fell incomplete. And the Marshals get the stop that they need. So they just try to throw the fade route up there on top of the head of Crowell. He makes a good play on the ball. That's actually Carswell I meant. Sean Carswell at the last second getting his hands in there. And that one couldn't be hauled in by the receiver. So here they go looking to punt it away. Trying to pin them somewhere near their own goal line. Good snap as he'll boot this one high to the left. And not too good of a punt. Puts him outside the 20 at the 23-yard line, and now the offense of the Marshals going to come back out onto the field. Still down, but trailing only by a touchdown. Their last time they came out onto the field, it was a quick 3-and-out. And hopefully they can do much better. If they can drive down the field and score, they can tie this game right back up at 17. First down and 10 here, shotgun. Going to run the ball. Devin Flynn, he's got some good blocks, and he's got a first down. Devin Flynn on his return back from injury, 16 carries, 90 yards. Look like he may just break over 100 yards in this game, only just 10 yards short, so he should be able to do that. And they're going to say he didn't get the first down. They should have probably challenged that spotting. He definitely looked like he crossed the line. Here we go, second down in inches. They're going to go right back to him, and it's another huge game up the gut. Devin Flynn now just a couple of yards short of a 100-yard gain. And that goes to show you why he's a key player here for this offense. Once they get that running game going, this offense, just like many offenses in the league, it opens up a lot of plays that they can run. We're going to go with some play action here. Here goes Ryan Brinker getting chased down. Barely can throw the ball away, but he avoids the sack, and it brings up second down and 10. So with that incomplete pass, it's now second down and 10 here for the Marshals. Brinker is going to look to throw. There's a flag. Throws as he completes it to German. Well, this one may come back. And it's holding on the offense. The right guard, Isaac Goins, is going to push them back 10 yards. So now it's second down and 20. This offensive line, I'm going to have to say, has been absolutely terrible all season for the most part for the Marshals. The big plays that's been getting made is because of the athleticism of Ryan Brinker just running away from the pressure coming. And look at that. They did give him a good amount of time there for him to throw the ball. He probably held onto the ball too long. But Lane coming up with the team's 6th sack of the game. And they're going to have to punt it. I'm looking at Brinker right there. He couldn't find anybody open. It was just man-to-man coverage. Everybody was on their guy. And he just goes down for the sack. Third down and 29 now after the sack. Brinker's going to go with some play action. Looking, throws across his body. He's got a completion to Bromell, but it's going to be well short of the first down. It was a huge pickup. But because of the penalties and the offensive line just having another terrible outing on offense, they're going to have to punt it away again. It was good, Emoji God. Appreciate you coming through the live stream. Said you're from Memphis, so I'm going for the M-Town. Yeah, this is a huge game, though, for the Steamers, but I'll have to for the Marshals. But the Steamers are here playing some good football as they have been playing for the past couple of weeks. And it looks like right now they could upset another team and end another team's hopes of going into the postseason. And here goes a punt. This one high into the air. Bounces inside the 10. And there goes a nice punt by the Steamers as it rolls and will be marked down at the 13. Had a little bit of a backspin after it landed the second time. And that was just a great job. Carswell marking it down right there. And now the offense backed up near their own end zone as they'll have it at the 3. This Marshals defense has got to be ready. Got a good punt there by their punter. Should help them out here. They got to expect a majority of runs to come. I formation here for the Steamers. We're going to try to fake him with the play action. He's got time. He's in the end zone. Got to be careful. And he just throws that one out of bounds. Incomplete. Tosher, man, he hasn't been that good at all as far as finding open receivers or even being accurate. He's 8 for 20 so far passing. And somehow his team's still up. Second down and 10 after the incomplete pass. They'll go with play action once again. Pressure's coming in the end zone. He hasn't gotten rid of the ball. He'll be taken down for a safety. And the coach is like, come on, how do you let that happen? You had all the time. You were out of the pocket the last second. You could have thrown the ball away. Instead, holds on to the ball and gets sacked for a safety as Vasti Rodenhauser is able to bring him down in the end zone. Rodenhauser on the day. He's got a sack, 5 tackles. He's been doing well. And that safety right there. This one high into the air. And this one's going to be fielded at the 15. as they'll have excellent field position as he'll get it out to the 35. Yeah, that's definitely what you get from a 57 overall quarterback. We're coming out onto the field. Once again, it's the offense of the Marshals. They got to have a little bit more momentum here, knowing that they have an opportunity to now take the lead if they score a touchdown. Past couple of drives have not been that good. Oh, you put yourself in the draft, Rich? That's what's up, man. First down and 10, they're going to go with some play action. Ryan Brinker's got pressure coming as is always, and look at that. That's just great coverage. Try to get it to his tight end, Stephen Harrell. He can't hang on as he had coverage all over him. That one got batted out of his hands, incomplete, and now it's second down and 10. What's good, Stuart? Appreciate you coming through the live stream. That was just a great recovery, too, right there. He just swatted that out of his hands at the last second. That's Nesbitt in coverage. I formation here, second down and 10. Hand off to Devin Flynn. He's got space. He's got a first down. And the Marshals going to be down at the 48. Another good run right there by Devin Flynn. And with that carry, he's over 100 yards rushing, for the day. Well, he's been a huge impact here for this offense. They're going down the field. Offset I formation for the offense. Ryan Brinker going to look to pass, throws, and he's got a completion. It's Stephen Harrell. And the tight end's going to bring it out across midfield down to the 35. And like I said, this offense now with some momentum after that safety. They have an opportunity to take the lead for the first time today if they can score a touchdown. Here goes Brinker. Rolls as he tries to get it out to his running back Flynn out of the backfield on the angle route. Doesn't work as the contact forces the incomplete pass. So with that incomplete pass, it brings up second down and 10. You said you better than Sack Mac. I feel like you should be. I appreciate that, James. So second down, they try to go on the ground with Devin Flynn this time. He gets taken down behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 2 as Bentano comes up and wraps him up for a loss. So now it's third down and 12. I think they're out of field goal range. I don't believe their kicker can hit this one. They hit one from the 35-yard line, so he had just enough leg for that. And here goes the pressure, and he's sacked. Great job right there. Once again, sending that safety blitz. It worked out for him before getting a sack. And he almost gets sacked here as he just was able to throw the ball away. So what are the Marshals going to do here? Are they going to try to kick this field goal? They are. They hit one from 52. Now this one's going to be a 54-yarder. He just had enough leg for that one. Let's see if he's got the leg for 2 yards longer. Puts it on a drive, and it bounces right off the crossbar. It was just there. Had they not lost yards on that run earlier, Wilcox would have been able to put that one through the uprights for 3, but he just didn't have enough leg for it. That bounced right off the crossbar. It looked like it was going to go in, but it just hits off the crossbar, man. So with that incomplete drive with points, that's going to bring the offense of the Steamers back out onto the field with excellent field position at their own 44-yard line, still with a 17-12 lead. And look at this, the offense at the start of the game, a false start. Excuse me, the start of the play. We're going to back up 5 yards. He said he can't hit 2 yards. Yeah, he barely could hit the 35, so I knew it was going to be close. But those 2 yards, had he been just a yard closer, he would have been able to get that. There goes a handoff to Clem Austin. He gets about 2 on the carry, maybe 3. And now it's second down and 12 here for the offense. Here's a look at the passing offenses of both teams. They haven't really had too much success. Neither quarterback is even close to touching 200 yards passing. Handoff, and here goes Austin Clem trying to bounce it out to the outside. But he's going to be met by Rodenhauser as he's going to be taken down for a short gain of just a yard. Rodenhauser's been all over the place, excuse me. Had a safety that last time. And there he is, bringing him down for a short gain. 3rd down and 11, shotgun for Tauscher. Got 4 receivers. They're going to call a draw play, though, and Clem Austin, once again, 3 touches back-to-back as they'll forfeit that drive and have to punt it away after it brings up 4th and 5. And yeah, that's definitely a key place that they got to work on during the offseason. Marshals definitely do got to work on their offensive line. And here goes a punt as this one goes high into the air, angling toward the left. And a beautiful punt as it pins them right at the 10-yard line. As far as the Marshals, though, needing another quarterback, I wouldn't quite say they need another quarterback. Ryan Brinker's a pretty solid quarterback, man. The only problem I'll have to say, though, is, is questionable is his durability. He's been injured for a good amount of the season, but he's still been a solid quarterback. I mean, 10 touchdowns and 5 interceptions on the season. He's only played at least about probably 7 games throughout the whole season. And here goes a completion out to Stephen Harrell, and that's a 1st down for the Marshals. They once again have an opportunity to drive down the field to take back the lead of this game. Said dude, Ryan Brinker threw 2 picks with awful throws. Yeah, Brinker definitely did throw some 2 picks. Ryan is decent, though. But you also got to put that pressure also on the offensive line. Look at this run up the middle by Devin Flynn. He goes straight up the middle. The offensive line, though, of the Marshals, I think they do a pretty good job of run blocking. It's just pass blocking. They're not good at picking up the pass rushes of opposing defenses. And they might just got to work on maturing the linemen that they have now as far as doing better pass blocking, as well as possibly picking up a few more assets on the line. Here we go, 1st down and 10, play action. They're giving them great protection here. He can't find nobody open, throws, and that one ain't complete. He had all day to throw. It looked like that fatigue is catching up to some of these players. Even Ryan Brinker looked like he was extremely slow to try to get out of the pocket to throw that one away. Said score update, Green Bay 7, Browns 14. What? Browns winning over the Packers right now? Gotta make sure I check these games out, of course, before my next live stream. That's why I like doing my live streams during NFL games as of late, because what I can do is, won't have to watch the whole game from the beginning, but I'll be able to, do my stream, and right after that, finish out watching the game, and then do my next stream. Here goes another run. Devin Flynn gets it out past the 40. Looks like he picks up about 5. Yeah, that is crazy. Browns winning right now. He said Devin Flynn runs like Devontae Freeman. Yeah, Devin Flynn's definitely a nice running back. He's been a great running back all season for the Marshals. There they go, 3rd down and 6. A throw and an incomplete pass. Looked like everybody was just jumbled up there. And, man, you can't even put that on Ryan Brinker. The receivers was just all tangled up. And they couldn't get out, and his intended receiver wasn't able to get to the ball. And so once again, another drive coming up empty-handed. This punt goes in the end zone for a touchback as DeCowd recovers it. First down and 10 here for the Steamers. Tauscher's going to look to throw wide open as he's able to find his receiver, Myron Watt. And this is not what the Marshals wanted to do. I mean, they've had opportunities to take the lead in this game. Their offense isn't getting the job done. They haven't scored a single touchdown yet, only 3 points. Their defense has came up with 9 points, getting a defensive touchdown and a safety. And this offense, I don't know what's going on. Having some trouble. And right now, the Steamers looking hot on this drive. It's a completion over the middle to Edebali. And the Steamers going to have first down and 10 at the 48. I definitely got to look up in the NFC side what players are on top of the list for awards. I got to make sure I post that up on Twitter. Here goes Tosher, looking, throws, and the contact makes the ball come up just short. He tried to connect with his receiver on the comeback route. It comes up short, and it's incomplete. 2nd down and 10. What's good, Bever History? Appreciate you coming through the live stream. Here goes a completion as he's able to get it out for a nice gain. He picks up about 8, maybe 9. And Scott Bergen on the reception. And now it's 3rd down and 1 for the Steamers. This is a huge 3rd down for this Marshals defense. They've got to get this stop. Let's see if they can do it. They're going to run with Austin Clem for the 1st down, and they've got it. Gets it inside the 40, and this drive for the Steamers will continue. So what does the NFC picture look like? They just showed it at the beginning of this game. I'm going to make sure that I'll go back and take a screenshot of that too and post it up on Twitter for you guys who follow me so that you guys can see it. I can't remember it off the bat, but I know the Marshals so far hold a wild card spot, and that's why this game is important for those who just coming in. They lose this game, no postseason for them. So this is a huge game. They're down right now. They got to make something happen here. Hey, that's what's up, Steelers fan too. So 2nd down and 10 here. Empty set here for Tosher as he'll look to try to throw. And a nice catch made by Eric Reese. An ugly throw by Tosher. And this is what you're going to get, as we said earlier, from a 57 overall quarterback. You're not going to get the best looking throws, and you're not going to get the best pocket awareness or decisions. Right there, you just got to have players around him, though, to make plays. And Eric Reese right there coming up with a nice catch to get a gain of 5. So now it's 3rd down and 5 for the Steamers. They're in field goal range. A high snap. They go with a draw. And he tried to set the defense up with a draw play to pick up the 1st. Doesn't work. And he gets taken down short. It's 4th down. But that is going to end the 3rd quarter. The Marshals trailing here against the Steamers. Man, the Steamers have been hot for the past couple of weeks. They've knocked off the best of teams. And here they go looking to kick this field goal to put them up by 8. This one's going to be a 47-yarder, a line drive, and it's good. So the brand new score, the Memphis Steamers on top of the Marshals, 20-12. Now I haven't heard anything on as far as Ryan Shazier as of lately. I heard he was doing all right though. I know he was getting spinal surgery, but after I heard that he was getting spinal surgery, I haven't heard anything else about Ryan Shazier. So hopefully my dude's all right, man. That's my favorite linebacker in the NFL, man, to be honest. Definitely is. Good return right there, though, for the Marshals. Ball here at the 33-yard line. Bunch formation at the bottom of the screen. Shotgun for Ryan Brinker. Here goes Brinker looking to pass, rolling out to his left, throwing on the move, and he's got an open receiver, stiff arm, and he'll take a shot and be thrown out of bounds at the 36. And just like that, on that first play, that puts him in field goal range. And a perfect pass on the move by Ryan Brinker. Only mobile quarterbacks can make throws like that, and Ryan Brinker, an excellent mobile quarterback here, just dots him up. 1st down and 10. Here goes Ryan Brinker once again in the gun. Pump fake as he'll look to throw. Throws across his body, and that one could have been intercepted. They are lucky that they dropped the defensive tackle in the coverage. I've never seen that, the defensive tackle dropping back in the coverage. But he drops back and actually almost had a chance to pick that one off. But luckily for Brinker, he doesn't throw his 3rd interception. Here goes a completion to Stephen Harrell, though, and that's a 1st down for the Marshals. And here's a good-looking drive. Ryan Brinker able to complete it to Harrell for a 1st down. And they'll keep this drive alive. First down and 10. Ryan Brinker gonna look to throw again. Doesn't find anybody open. Throws. He gets it out to Taylor Bromell, and that's a 1st down. as he rumbles his way out of bounds at the 11-yard line. And with that throw, that puts Ryan Brinker finally over 200 yards passing. He hasn't thrown a single touchdown yet. 2 interceptions. Looks like they may try to allow him to throw the ball out some more. Hopefully he'll get a touchdown here. Doesn't matter which way they get it, I'm sure, in his opinion, either on the ground or through the air. Read option by Brinker, and they are on it. Nesbitt, the safety, comes down, and he'll drop him for a loss on the play. And there goes a look at the ranking of the defense of the Memphis Steamers, ranked 20th in the RFL. And today, they've done a great job of making keeping this offense, in check. Here goes a run with Devin Flynn, and man, I think he just chose the wrong direction to go there. He should have cut it up off that block. There was nobody, it looked like, inside. And instead of coming up with a huge run on the ground, he comes up with just a yard. 3rd down and 12. Once again, shotgun for Ryan Brinker. Offense going to look to try to throw here. Brinker's getting pressure, and he barely is able to get that pass off. The offensive line couldn't hold up for him anymore, and that's going to bring up 4th down. Still, this offense has yet to punch it in the end zone, and once again, they're going to have to just settle for 3. Off the edge, Canes Bentano forcing the pressure and forcing that incomplete pass, and now here they go to try to cut the lead to 5. And here goes the kick, and it's good. So the score now 20-15. The Marshals still very much in this game, and we still have some good time here left in the 4th quarter. 12 minutes and 13 seconds. I mean, anything can happen. But like I said, and as we all know, the Marshals, they want to compete in the postseason. They must win this game. If not, there's going to be another heartbreaker that the Steamers give out. And the Steamers get the ball out to the 25-yard line. Pretty nice return. First down and 10 here for the Steamers. Under center is Tosher. Going to run the ball up the middle with Austin Clem, and he gets bottled up. An all-out blitz sent by the Marshals, and it gets there. Just a gain of a yard. Definitely agree with you, Darth. If the Marshals do want to win this game, their defense has got to make plays and keep doing what they're doing. If not, if they at some point they just shut down, and this game is definitely going to be over for them because their offense just isn't making enough plays. And Austin Clem, a week ago, over 100 yards. He's rushed for over 100 yards in 3 weeks. And he's been excellent, man. And this week, in this game, he finally cracked over 1,000 yards rushing. So that's a big milestone goal there for him. 3rd down and 2. And here goes a big down for the Marshals defense, and they get the incomplete pass. Levy Mack able to jump on the receiver's back and force a 4th down situation. So now the Marshals are going to, the Steamers, are going to have to punt it away. What's good, Anthony? Appreciate you coming through the live stream. So the defense of the Marshals get the stop. And now the offense with another opportunity to take the lead for the first time today. We're in the 4th quarter. They've got to be able to take advantage of this. And look, they're not going to really get any help after a beautiful punt by the Steamers, as they're going to have to drive 96 yards if they want to try to take the lead here in this one. Ball down at the 4. First down and 10 for the Marshals, backed up near their own end zone at the 4-yard line. Under center is Ryan Brinker. They're going to run the ball, but look at this. Nice run by Devin Flynn. An unnecessary spin, though. He should have just kept running forward. That should have been a first down run, but trying to get too crafty there. It's a nice game, but, I mean, that's a first down all day had he just ran straight. 6-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd down and 4. Here goes Brinker, quick throw, nice catch right there by Taylor Bromell, and that's going to be a first down for the Marshals. A little bit of a dangerous looking pass there, but an excellent catch by Taylor Bromell. I mean, he had the guy, that was great coverage, man, all over him. And he just comes up with that catch in traffic, showing off the concentration in the hands, and they will move the chains. There goes Brian Brinker looking to throw. Pressure's coming, and he can barely take that pass. Or get that pass off, excuse me. And he takes another big hit. He's taken so many of them today. Said update 49ers 10, Texans 3. That's believable. I'm okay with that score. Nothing too surprising there. Second down and 10 here. There goes Brinker once again looking to throw. Looks like he ran right into the defensive end. Should probably try to step up in the pocket instead of trying to get outside of it. And that's going to result in another incomplete pass for the Marshals, as now it'll bring up third down and 10. Big third down here. Here goes Brinker as he'll look to throw. Line trying to hold up, and he runs straight into the lineman as Jeff Colt comes up with his second sack of the game. Yeah, I mean, he couldn't run backwards either because he was getting chased down by Bentano, but he needs to find a way to step up in the pocket a little bit more. I mean, this rookie, of course, you know they need to develop, but in a situation like this, step up in the pocket. Oh, he couldn't even step up. So, yeah, he had no choice but to try to roll out and try to make something happen. So, I guess not that bad of a decision. He just didn't have anybody open, and the defense gets the job done as Jeff Colt comes up with the sack. Had to reanalyze that. I was just thinking in my head, like, why did he run straight into the lineman? But he really had no choice. And here goes the punt from the end zone for the Marshals. This one high into the air. He'll get it at about the 38-yard line, and a tackle's going to be made. But he is going to lunge forward as he'll get it across midfield for a great return. And so back out onto the field comes the offense of the Steamers. Excuse me. They still have a 5-point lead, and they want to make sure that they stay on top. If they can score a touchdown here, it is really going to put a ton of pressure on the Marshals. First down and 10. They're going to throw and complete it out to Edebali. And it's a nice gain as he gets it to the 41 for a gain of 7. Play call changing going on there by Tosher, making his own audible calls here. Second down and 3. He's going to look to try to throw. He's got great protection by the line. Throws with traffic, and he's got Edebali again. And that's going to be a Steamers first down, a big first down for the Steamers. They needed that. It just seems like the Marshals, they come up big. And then what's up with the holding there? That should have been a holding call all day. He throws the ball, and that was just a nice route ran there by Edebali, just breaking down the corner. And he was in open space. Man coverage doesn't work out there for the Marshals. Yeah, if Peyton Vanderbilt didn't get hurt for the Steamers, this would have probably been a whole different ball game. And look at that, pass just in and out of the hands of the tight end. Bergen just couldn't hang on. Definitely agree with that statement there, Arcade. Steamers are in a great position to try to win this game. It's second down and 10. Here goes Tosher looking to throw. Pressure's coming. Throws over the middle. And that's Myron Watt with the reception. But does he have a first down? No, he's just inches short. Third down and inches. Shotgun for Tosher. Corners are pressed up. They're going to look to try to pass for it. Throws, catch. And he doesn't have a touchdown, but he will have the first down. And Tosher is making some big pass plays here. For a 57 overall quarterback, here late in this game, he's come up with some big throws. First down and 10 at the 1-yard line. They're going to try to pass for it here. Tosher in the gun. He'll look to throw. Pressure's coming off the edge, and he'll have to throw this one out of bounds. Takes a hard shot from behind, and that's going to bring up second down and goal at the 1. These are some big downs here for the Marshals defense. Can they get this stop? They are right at the 1 yard line. And it's easy for them to most likely score here. Here goes a run up the middle, a dive, and a touchdown as Clem Austin will stretch the Steamers' lead. And that right there may just be it for the Steamers. I mean, we still do have some time left here in this game, but the way this offense has been performing, it's been tough for them to be able to move. And look at this. Clem Austin just diving in the end zone for 6. And the Steamers now up by 2 possessions. And so the extra point is good. And the Marshals are now trailing by 12 as the Steamers increase their lead over top with a score of 27-15. So 27-15 is the score now. They need 2 touchdowns to be able to come back. I mean, they had so many opportunities with the ball in their hands to take the lead. But now they have to come up with 2 crunch time offensive possessions. A little over 6 minutes left here in the 4th quarter. They have to make something happen. So coming out onto the field comes the offense. This offense still has yet to score a touchdown on the board. And if they can't do it here on this drive, this game is most likely over. Shotgun for Ryan Brinker. He's going to look to throw. Blitz coming off the edge. Throws as he completes it to his receiver, Kendrick German. And I haven't liked the way that Ryan Brinker has been throwing the ball as of lately. I mean, he's been throwing constantly on the move. Mostly due to the fact that his offensive line hasn't been holding up good at all for him. So he's a little bit rattled back there. He feels he's got to extend time on his own. 2nd down and 2. Here goes a throw. Completion. It looks like he doesn't have a first down, though. And it doesn't matter because there's going to be a holding penalty on the offense. 2nd time that Isaac Goings, the right guard, has been called for holding. So now it's 2nd down and 12 here for the Marshals. Ryan Brinker going to move around, and he's sacked. And Brinker once again moving pretty much in an area just to get sacked. Meggett comes up with his 3rd sack of the day. Now it's 3rd down and 19. And I just feel like Ryan Brinker's just making the wrong steps here. Instead of stepping up in the pocket, he's running towards the edge. I understand the scrambling quarterback, they like running to the outside, but he's got to be able to step up in the pocket and make throws. And now that's going to bring up 3rd and 19. And he's got a throw on the move. Here goes a completion to the tight end, Stephen Harrell. And he's nowhere near a first down. 4th down and 12. So with 4 minutes and 53 seconds, what will they do here? Will they go for it or will they punt it? They're going to take the smart option. They're going to punt it. They feel they got some more time. They have all 3 of their timeouts, but they must get a quick stop on this offense. If not, it's all over for the postseason for the Marshals. So a high punt and a nice open field tackle there as he'll be brought down at the 23. Seems like the Super Bowl was rigged. Yeah, it did kind of seem like that. Anyway, here we go. 1st down and 10 here at the 23-yard line for the Steamers. If they can eat up the clock and continue to pick up first downs here on this drive, they're going to come up with their 3rd back-to-back upset win of the season. Here goes a run, and it's a draw play to Clem Austin. And Clem Austin picks up about 7, and look at that. This offense actually dead last in the RFL as far as rushing, but past couple of weeks, man, Clem Austin has been an absolute beast. There goes a run with Clem Austin breaking a tackle, and lunging forward. I think he's got the first down, and he does. And so that's going to eat up more clock here. He just slaps the safety out the way, and he gets it done as he picks up a first down for the Steamers to continue this drive. First down and 10. Here goes Tosher. Throws and it's intercepted by the Marshals. Rodenhauser comes up with the pick. How big has this player been for the Marshals on the defensive side of the ball? He's got a sack, he's got a safety, and he's got an interception on the day. And that one was just thrown straight to him. Led his receiver too far, and that was a huge play for the Marshals. There's still hope. And so coming back out onto the field is Ryan Brinker. He has an opportunity to lead his team down the field and score his team's first touchdown offensively. So here's the chance. They must take advantage on this drive. If they don't, this game is over. First down and 10. Here goes Ryan Brinker as he'll look to throw. Throws across the middle, and he shoots it high over his receiver's head. Now, I'm not going to say that was a bad throw because it looked like he could have put his hands up to try to make a catch attempt, but he actually didn't even try to go for it. Maybe he didn't see the ball, but that's going to make an incomplete pass, and that should have been a reception right there. Second down and 10. Here goes Ryan Brinker once again in the gun. He's going to look to throw, and here goes a wide open receiver on the slant as he's able to find Taylor Bromell. And Bromell able to get it inside the 25-yard line, and now it's first down and 10 at the 24. And this offense has got to execute. If they get anything wrong here, a turnover or just a mishap of some sort, they are not going to be able to pull off this comeback. Here goes Ryan Brinker as he'll look to pass. Pressure's coming. He's got to throw this one away. He once again gets hit in his mouth by the defensive end there. And so the Marshals back out onto the field. Another incomplete pass, bringing up second down and 10. Brinker looking to throw. Pressure's coming, and he's got to do the same thing as he can't find another open receiver. Goes incomplete, and now it's third down and 10 for the Marshals. Crucial third down here. A field goal is not going to help them, so they're going to actually have 2 downs to try to pick up this first. Bunch formation here for the Marshals. Brinker's going to look to throw. He lost one up, and that one almost could have got intercepted. An idiotic pass there. That one, I don't know how that one didn't get picked off. He had 5 Memphis Steamer defenders in the vicinity trying to throw it to one guy. He had guys on top of him, underneath of him, and at the even level with him. That was a terrible throw by Brinker, and he gets lucky. And so now it's fourth down and 10. If they don't get this, it's over. Brinker's looking, got good protection. He's going to throw, intercepted, but they're going to say he didn't have both feet in. Doesn't matter, as that's going to turn the ball over. And so they can't take advantage, and the Steamers are going to come back out on offense. Still a little bit of the slightest chance that the Marshals can come back, but the way their offense has been playing, I highly doubt it. And so here we go. First down and 10. Handoff, and Clem Austin going to be taken down at the 25-yard line after a gain of a yard. And with that play, we are going to head into the 2-minute warning as we are down, man. Just 2 minutes left in this game. The Marshals are still down by 12, and they just could not capitalize on offense at all. Just so many big plays being missed and not being made. Ryan Brinker was off as far as completing passes. Receivers weren't attempting to even try to make catches or get open that much. The offensive line were just terrible in pass blocking. It was just a bad all-around go-around here for the offense of the Marshals. It was good, Ryan Brinker. Appreciate you coming through the live stream. I know you got to be upset about this run. Look at this. Picks up a first down. I thought he was going to probably be able to strip him from behind. That would have been big, but he doesn't. But that's a huge first down for the Steamers. And now the Marshals got to burn a timeout. Said choke shoes. He said Brinker's a horrible quarterback. I'm done. Yeah, I'm going to have to say Brinker did kind of choke here in this game. There goes a handoff up the middle as Clem Austin going to get 3 yards, and the Marshals going to blow their second timeout. There still is, even if they lose this game, the slightest chance that they do get into the playoffs. But that means everybody who has the same record as them have to lose, and I doubt that's going to happen. Here we go, 2nd down and 7. A handoff to Clem again, and they're going to burn their final timeout. All the chances of them coming back into this game will be over if the Steamers pick up this 1st down. There's still even the smallest bit of chance that they could get the ball back, score, get an onside kick, and possibly win this game. But the chances of that happening is extremely low. So here we go, 3rd down and 1. Ball here at the 49-yard line. They run the ball up the middle, and that is going to do it here, you guys. Clem Austin gets the 1st down, and for the 3rd straight week, back-to-back, the Memphis Steamers have beaten a team that they were expected to lose. So they were the underdog 3 weeks back-to-back, and they proved the league all wrong, coming up with huge plays and winning those games. And this is the 2nd team that they've ended playoff hopes for. What's good, Ashton? Appreciate you coming through the live stream. So what the Marshals need to work on is discipline, flags. Yep. Offensive line. Yep. QB spot. I wouldn't quite say that. They probably need to invest in probably getting a quarterback in the draft just in case as a good backup that could possibly take over if Brinker isn't good. But for the most part, all season, Brinker's been a good quarterback. This was a choke game here for him. Are the Marshals going to make the playoffs now? Most likely not. But that's going to be it here in San Antonio. Another upset loss, and we've seen 2 teams get eliminated from the playoffs by the Steamers. And the Steamers end their season on a good note. They will improve now to 9-7. And Brinker just taking it on the chin, dapping his team up, saying, it was a good game, it was a great season. They're going to fall to 10-6 on the season. And there's still a chance of them making it, but that means everybody has to lose, and that's in the hunt and that's in the wild card spot, and I doubt that's going to happen. So that's going to be it most likely for the season, for the postseason hopes of the Marshals. It was a great game though, man. The Steamers showing us, man, next year they might be a dominant group. They were actually hot at the beginning of the year, if you guys can remember, at the start of Season 2 of the RFL. Fell off in the middle of the season, and then towards the end, these last 3 games coming up with 3 big wins as they come out with another win here on top of the Marshals, 27-15. But yeah, it was a great game, man. You said, wait, so Vanderbilt was there? Vanderbilt, yeah, he got injured during the game. So from him getting injured during the game, he didn't come back. And so the quarterback, Cade Tosher, had to take over. As you can see, he didn't do all that great, but his team ended up winning. So great job. So let me see. You said Marshals need to draft my wide receiver. Condors or Marshals need to draft my tight end. So you guys try to make some bids, but as far as the Condors or Marshals, there are CPU ran teams, and there hasn't been anybody who has qualified to be a coach for them. So that means the CPU is going to have to pick the draft players. But man. Let me see what else. Before I get into the statistical breakdown, I'm going to go ahead and read you guys' comments. You said, are Steamers in the playoffs? Nope, the Steamers will not be in the playoffs, but they did end the season out on fire. So they definitely can say they had a good season. And they ended the season with a winning season, so that's great. They were, before this game, they were 6-7. Before the past 3 weeks, they were 6-7, man. Winning 3 straight games. Looked like they were going to have a losing season. They just were dominating at the end of this and came out with a huge win here. He said Marshals now just need to rebuild. Our defense looks very nice though through the air, but there's still room to improve on both sides. Yeah, agree with you there. He said Ryan Brinker had no time. He only had 2-3 seconds. Yeah, he definitely didn't have no time in the pocket either at all. What's good, JRS2? Appreciate you coming through the live stream. So you really supposed to be in the pocket for 4 or 5. You really actually in real life you get like 2 to 3 seconds, to be honest, in the NFL. Well, in the pocket period as a quarterback at any level, for real, except for high school. That just varies. But yeah, other than that, I don't even think he was getting 2 to 3 seconds. He was getting like 1 1 and 2 seconds. But anyway, I believe I caught up with you guys' comments, and let's get a look at the player stats here. The quarterbacks on both sides didn't play well at all. Ryan Brinker probably had one of his worst games of the season. QBR under 50, as you can see right there, 45.6, was 21 for 44, 239 yards passing, didn't throw a single touchdown, and he threw 2 interceptions, which both of those interceptions went for points. And that his play could have really been the reason on why they lost this game. But there's a whole lot of other factors as well, as far as the offensive line and his receivers just simply not making plays on the ball. Then, looking at the quarterback for the Steamers, starting quarterback Peyton Vanderbilt gets injured. But before that, he was 3 for 5 for 45 yards. He threw an interception, so he wasn't looking too good. But had he been in, maybe this game would have been more dominant for them. And for his place came Cade Tosher. He was 17 for 34, 50%, 175 yards. Threw a touchdown, and then he also threw 2 interceptions as well. But he ended up with the win to close out the Steamer season. So that was a good job by him. The game for him to remember. Looking at the ground game, both running backs got it done. Clem Austin with his 3rd straight game of over 150 yards rushing. He had 30 carries for 177 yards and 2 touchdowns. Devin Flynn came back from injury, and he was an absolute beast as well. 23 carries, 133 yards. Didn't score, though. The offense at all in this game did not score a single touchdown. They only kicked about 2 field goals, I believe. So it was a rough day for them offensively. Looking at the receiving end of things, Cornelius Edebali for the Steamers led all receivers in receiving yards with 5 catches for 86 yards and a touchdown. Taylor Bromell led the Marshals receiving corps with 5 catches for 66 yards. And I believe Edebali is the only one to have a touchdown in this game, so nobody else really worth mentioning there in that category, excuse me. And then looking at the defensive side of the ball, J.T. Casey led in tackles with 16. He had a tackle for loss as well. So great day for him. Leading in tackles for loss was Malcolm Bentano, Taylor McBride, and Jordan Flynn, who came up with also a pick 6 that helped keep the Marshals into this game, the only touchdown that the Marshals had. So, yeah, that was pretty crazy. Leading in sacks was DeMarcus Meggett. He had 3 sacks, 8 total tackles, and a tackle for loss. Jeff Code had 2 sacks. Tremaine Poyer had 2 sacks. And an interception, 2 sacks for Damian Doss of the Steamers. Pick for Jarrett Whiteside, Jordan Flynn, and Vasti Rodenhauser. So, it was a big day for both of these defenses, to be honest. And a defensive touchdown, like we said, from Jordan Flynn. But that's going to do it there, here in San Antonio. The Marshals looks like they're going to not be in the postseason, you guys. The chances of them getting in will happen if everybody loses, and that's, like I said, very unlikely for everybody that's in the hunt and in the wild card spot to lose. I really doubt that's going to happen. But yeah, before I close out, I'm going to go ahead and read you guys' comments. Let me see. You said, look at Brinker's stats. Y'all blame it on QB. But Brinker improving every game. Yeah, Brinker was pretty good. He said, I'm just not a Brinker fan. Watch. And he might develop differently. He's definitely going to get better. He's a rookie here. So Ryan Brinker, this has got to be his worst game that he's had. And he ends the season with 10 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. And he's thrown for over 2,000 yards. And you got to remember, he was injured for most of the season. He came back early just to play, so he wasn't even at 100%. So there's a lot of factors in this game. But like I said, you got to blame the other factors, like the offensive line and the receivers just simply not making plays. I mean, like I said, a lot was going on. So I don't care what you say, Brinker O-line sucks. Yep, definitely sucks. That was good, Anthony. Appreciate you coming back. About to close out this stream, though. Say, hey, RFL, can you update us on the injury for Vandy? It's you won't have to worry about that because the Steamers aren't going to make the playoffs, so it's over for them. And this was the last game of the season, so he'll definitely be back for next season. So the injury is not going to matter. He's definitely going to recover in time for next season. So nothing to worry about there. No need for an update. He said, who's your favorite quarterback in the RFL and NFL? My favorite quarterback in the NFL is, I'd have to go with Ben Roethlisberger because he's on the Steelers. I really don't got that much of a favorite quarterback like that, but I'm gonna just go with Big Ben, man. I like watching him play. I watch him the most out of all the quarterbacks in the league anyway. And as far as in the RFL, my favorite quarterback, I'm gonna have to say Drake Crowell, man. Absolute beast. Let me see what else. You said Chase McCoy and Drake Crowell. Oh yeah, I forgot about Chase McCoy. Chase McCoy is pretty good too, but Drake Crowell, he's been in the league longer. He's got more experience. That's why I'm gonna put him on top. So, okay. All right, Carl. Appreciate you coming through, man. I'll see you in the next live stream. Okay, yep, definitely was a good game. And so I'm caught up with the comments, you guys. And the San Antonio Dreadnoughts taking a tough one here as this Memphis Steamers, for the third week in a row, upsetting another team and knocking a second team out of the postseason as they come up with this win here in San Antonio with a score of 27-15. Remember, if you haven't left a like already and you enjoyed watching this, hit that like button for your boy. Definitely helps out the channel, as well as check out my other social media accounts for the Relocation Football League, such as Instagram, which hasn't had any posts yet, but you can follow that before it comes active by next year. And then also Twitter and of course the website. You can check all that out and learn more about the RFL. But that's going to do it here, you guys. It's your boy Smitty, RFL Commissioner and play-by-play commentator, and I will see you guys today at 4 o'clock for another RFL live stream in the last week in Week 17. I'm out.